Black housekeeper turned away by priest because the priest said his dog was racist. That and more coming up. Don't do that dance, nerd boy. Okay, welcome to Giants News. I'm the Giant, and our first story coming from outer space. Literally. NASA is said to be investigating a claim that one of its astronauts accessed the bank account of her estranged spouse while on board the International Space Station in what may be the first crime committed in space. Yes, you see, now we're getting into the nitty gritty. You see, well, Mr. President, there goes your Space Force internal investigation. I tell you, that's what's got to happen. Anyway, astronaut Anne McClain and the summer warden, an Air Force intelligence officer, married in 2014 and split in 2018 when Mrs. Warden filed for divorce. The pair have been involved in a custody battle over Warden's young son for the past year. But things got even more complicated recently after Warden accused her ex-spouse of illegally accessing her bank account from aboard the ISS. McCain admitted logging into the bank account from outer space but denied any wrongdoing, claiming that she was just keeping an eye on the family finances to make sure her son was well taken care of. Ms. Walden said she became suspicious after noticing that her ex-partner knew details about her spending. And when she asked her bank account about the locations from where her account had been accessed, she learned that one of the computer networks used was registered to NASA. Wow, this is kind of intriguing here. Space espionage. The woman then filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission alleging improper. Excuse me. Weather is changing. I'm from the tropics. That'll happen a lot. Let me see. Miss Walden says she became suspicious after noticing that her ex-partner knew details about her spending. And when she asked her bank about the locations from where her account had been accessed, she learned that the computer was one of NASA's. The woman then filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission alleging improper access of private financial records and identity theft. Well, who's got the jurisdiction? I mean, it's outer space. That's beyond Earth's jurisdiction. Anyway, there's unequivocally no truth to these claims. Anne McClain wrote on Twitter, "We have been going through a painful personal separation that's now unfortunately in the media." On the other hand, Summer Warden told KPRC that she was appalled by her ex-spouse's audacity and her own inability to keep anything private. You can't, you're in outer space, good Lord Almighty. NASA's Office of Inspector General has reportedly been looking into allegations against McClain, which, if proven true, would most likely constitute the first crime committed in space. The agency told the New York Times that they were not aware of any previous such crimes. I want to keep an eye on this. This is going to be really interesting to see how, man, the lawyer's going to have a field day with this bad boy because, I mean, she did some outer space. Granted, she broke into like earthly institutions, but she's still out of space. How do you know? I'm going to keep an eye on this one here. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. This is quite interesting. Now, another situation with couples and thing, you know what I mean? A businessman sues mistress to recover $2 million he willingly gave her. Listen, I ain't saying don't give no woman 2 million, but I'm sorry, if you give it to her when you was dating her, it's hers. You can't ask for it back, but let's see what's going on here. Okay, a Singapore-based businessman has attracted some unwanted media attention after it was reported that he sued his mistress in order to recover $2 million he allegedly loaned her. Wink, wink, loaned her. Come on, dude. The problem is, she says the money was a gift, so she doesn't want to give it back. Why would you lend your girlfriend $2 million? Dude, you didn't lend her that, you gave it to her. Tor Ing Tai, the 55-year-old owner of several recycling businesses, met 33-year-old property agent Angela Jiang in November of 2016, and the two became romantically involved even though Mr. Tor was married at the time. Dude, stop. Between December 2016 and March 2017, the Singaporean businessman allegedly paid Ms. Yang around $1 million, of which at least $819,000 was used to pay her credit card bills and living expenses. Damn, that's one expensive woman right there, boy. Wow. Interestingly enough, in March 2017, the two signed a loan agreement for $2 million, including the money already paid, as well as another $872,000. She was cleaning him out. The young property agent claims that the loan was only a ruse to trick Mr. Tor's wife into thinking he was only loaning her money, but in fact it was a gift. However, the businessman says the loan was real and he wants his money back. Oh my God, that is some real underhanded vibe there. I don't want my wife to know, so I pretend to loan you the money, but I'm just giving it to you. Oh, you don't want me anymore? Well, that was a loan, really. Okay, so he needed the contract to show her that he did not love me more than her. Angela Yang recently told Singapore's High Court, adding that the document was also designed to discourage Tor's wife from asking for company shares during the divorce. Man, dude, you put all the trust in a mistress? If that woman was willing to go behind your wife's back and do the deed with you, come on, dude, come on. She ain't on the up and up. Okay? Mr. Tor's lawyer disputed the claims in court, saying that it didn't make sense for his client to go through all this trouble if he was already divorcing his wife. But Ms. Yang disagreed, saying that Mr. Tor's wife was already dissatisfied with the fact that she was only getting $3 million and a couple of properties after a 10-year marriage, and the trick was meant to appease her. She added that her ex-lover promised not to enforce the contract or sue her for the money. Apparently, he lied. The whole relationship was a lie. He was lying to his wife. You were lying to him. You were lying to him. Y'all were just telling all kinds of lies there. Come on. What do you expect? You see, there is no honor among thieves. Mr. Yang lawyer also showed that the pair continued to exchange texts of sexual nature. Man, that's some expensive sexting going on there. Even after Tor Ing Tai said he realized he had been duped by his mistress. In one message, the businessman called Zhang the person who is the most truthful to me, while in another, he discussed investment opportunities with her and told her that the $2 billion was a gift. The very fact that Tor continued to exchange very friendly texts with Ms. Yang is proof that he didn't feel cheated, the woman's lawyer claimed. Tor's defender disputed the accusation, saying that his client continued to communicate with Zhang because she had promised to give him back the money earlier than agreed. Dude, you sexting with the woman. You think she gonna sext you for free, knowing that you're tricking your wife and you're gonna trick her? Come on, dude. You know, interestingly, both parties want the loan contract to be declared null and void. However, Ms. Yang only wants it done because it was only a ruse to trick Tor's wife and the money actually belongs to her. While Tor Ing Tai says The contract is invalid because he had signed it under Miss Jiang's undue influence and the terms were unfair to him. The trial continues. How undue influence, dude? Really? A couple of sexting, that and you're 50 what? 55? And she's like 35? Dude, you wanted a sweet young thing, and you were gonna leave your wife for the sweet young thing, but the sweet young thing duped you. That's what you get. You know what I mean? Keep your money and your thing in your pants. That's what you need to do. Now keep it with your wife. Craziness. Now, on to the main story. The black housekeeper that was turned away because the priest says that his dog is a racist. I bet the dog was a black dog too. Okay, so here we go. A Tennessee black woman recently filed a discrimination complaint against a Catholic priest and his parish after being denied work because of the color of her skin. However, the priest denies the accusation, claiming that it's only his German dog who is kind of racist. Oh, here we go. Blaming the Germans again. Next, she's going to say the dog's a reincarnation of Hitler or something. When Emily Weaver, the employee of a cleaning company in Colliersville, Tennessee, decided to quit her job, she came by the Catholic Church of the Incarnation to introduce her replacement, LaShonda Allen, who happened to be black. The two women were reportedly stopped by the church secretary as soon as they arrived and told that the Reverend Jacek Kowal would have to be asked if the replacement was okay. Wink, wink. You want to make sure it's okay, huh? And see how the cookie crumbles there. The two cleaning women waited for the secretary to return and were eventually informed that LaShonda was not suitable replacement because of the priest's racist dog. I'm sorry, Kowal's secretary said, according to a complaint sent to the Catholic Diocese of Memphis. We are not trying to be rude, but the dog doesn't like black people. Well, you know what? That's a learned behavior. The dog learned that from the master. Real talk right there. Despite Weaver's suggestion to put Caesar, the priest German shepherd, in a cage, Reverend Jozak allegedly insisted that he didn't want Allen there. To his parish staff members, LaShonda Allen indicated in a letter to the diocese. I felt very disrespected as a black woman. He made me feel so low because of my skin color, Allen's letter stated. This was supposed to be my first day, and it was one of the most degrading days of my life. I didn't even know what to say. They were acting like I was just supposed to be okay with it, joking around with it, and I am just like, that's not okay. You just told me you don't want me in your house because I'm colored skinned, Allen told Fox 13. Instead of condemning the attitude of the Reverend Jozak Kowal, the Catholic Diocese of Memphis defended him, saying that despite the poor choice of words, a racist dog is not poor choice of words. That's a subliminal message there. Come on, you know. His intention was to protect the cleaning woman from what sounds like a racist dog. What the hell does he know it's a racist dog? I mean, I know you speak to God and all, but what are you, the Reverend Doolittle? Come on now, you know what I mean? Although the parish staff members' choice of words were highly unfortunate and imprecise, they were not motivated by racial animus, said Bishop David Taylor of Memphis. Rather, the concern by all involved was the safety of these women, one of whom was a stranger to the dog. And they knew that attempting to crate the dog would be dangerous when its owner was not present. Their concern was to prevent the cleaning company's employees from being injured. Come on. Children learn racism. A dog don't just like pop out as a puppy, see a black person or a white person for that matter, or anybody that's different and go, I hate you Chinese, I hate you Mexican. No, just like kids, they are taught to be racist. That's one smart dog. Dog probably talk to God too. Wow, that is some nutty stuff there, saying that the dog is racist. That's why. Yeah, it's down south. I totally get it. But anyway, that's the end of this show. Thank you for tuning in. Also, remember, subscribe, hit that notification button so you will know whenever I put up a new video. And remember, make everything cool runnings. McGuan.